the whole introduction of the post-racial dynamic is kind of like Cliff Notes, right? It's a way of cheating to try to get what you can of information without actually digging deeply into the information. Because being post-racist in this country is not simply about the fact, do I look at someone and I see no color, right? It also goes back to, do I look at their circumstance and does that break my heart? When I look at that school that they're in,
that's exactly
and am
right.
I willing to take resources to be able to address disparities? Because being post-racial, post-racist, this is not simply about, do I view things differently? But this is about, does that child have the same opportunities as my child? And if you feel that, then we've now moved to a post-racist society. But, and it was, you talk about Baltimore, and that's my hometown. And one of the things that was amazing to me when everything was going down with Freddie Gray and all this kind of stuff was how many people were surprised. Was how many conversations of people was like, I just had no idea. Really? Did you really have no idea what was going? Did you really have no idea that the life expectancy in Guilford and Sandtown, Winchester is 20-year life expectancy difference? Did you really have no idea that that was going on?
I think sometimes people don't. Like, I know,
Yeah.
I know. But I think there's like different kinds of racism. Like, there's like racism where it's like, I got a Confederate flag, like obviously, right? Go home, nigger, like that's obvious, yeah, we know you, like, yeah,
Right.
obviously. And then there is like racism because it's easy, like oftentimes overlooking and ignoring things,
Yeah.
And that to me is also frustrating of like not being aware of that sort of the way that other people are living, like that. Yeah.
And knowing that if we acknowledge it, it means we must do something about it. Mm-hmm. Versus saying I acknowledge it and I'm just going to go about my business.
Yeah.
I remember when it was President Clinton, when there was a big deal after I think he visited Goree Islands and he was talking about, and there was a big question about should he apologize for slavery, right? And for most people, it's kind of like, why is that such a big deal if the American president apologized for something that happened, 100 plus years ago, blah, blah, blah. And then because the debate became, because if you acknowledge that a wrong was done, does that now open the door for a conversation about reparations? And it's kind of like, so I think that has been one of the biggest challenges around getting around this issue, because if you acknowledge that it's real, it then also in turn means we must do something about it.
Right.